Hello, good day. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Becky and I'm the owner of the Wellbeing Centre in Hull. Today what I want to start doing is trying to put some of the videos out there and trying to help you all, helping you in your day-to-day life. With me today I have my assistant Elise and we also have Misha the cat. So they might be helping me with the exercises as well. Amid the coronavirus pandemic, I do hope you're all keeping as well as you can. And I know it's a small effort, but if I can help you in some way to feel better, then that's my job done and I'm happy. So here we are working in a new way of things. I'm working from my home, you're working from your home. So it's very, very new to me. And I'm sure probably very new to you, but it's not a problem. We're going to get through this and we can get through this together. We'll see the other side, it's not a problem. So we're going to start with a succession of videos. And my first one to do today is a full body stretch. Because I don't know about you, but my routine has completely changed and it's wreaking havoc on my body. So just sometimes working from home, sitting in different seats, doing different activities, it all affects your body. Can't talk at the minute, sweetie. So what we're going to do is work through our full body. Now this exercise is based on absolutely everybody. So it doesn't matter what level you are, what fitness level you are, and what flexibility you've got. So what I want to do today is start working through an exercise routine, starting with stretches. I don't know about you, but the change of routine has had quite a dramatic effect on my body alone. So those of you who are now working from home instead of offices, if you're sitting in different chairs, just being less active, it can really have an effect on your body. So all we're going to do today, it doesn't matter what fitness level, what flexibility level you have, we're going to work to your level. Whatever stretch I'm doing, all I want you to do is to go to a point where you can feel the stretch. I don't want you to take it to any sort of pain level. All we want to do from today is to feel better, to feel energized, to feel like we're actually just getting everything loosened up again. So at the end of this, you should feel a lot better. Now, equipment wise, the only thing I'm using today is I've got a cord from a dressing gown and I've got 2 pillows. Now, I don't mind whether you use a pillow, a cushion, whether you got 1 or 2, it doesn't matter. But that's the height of equipment we're going to use today. After that, that's it. So I'm going to stand up and we're going to crack on. Okay, Mrs., are you going to help me? No, okay, don't worry. What's this doggy doing here? Right, okay, so just to get us moving to start with, I need to get the muscles warmed up. It's important to get your muscles moving, your blood moving and your joints loosened off before we do any stretching. So all we're going to do is we're going to start with a march. We're marching, good girl. So we're marching, just light march, let your arms go loose. It's just letting your shoulders relax down, getting your joints moving. So nothing too much. You may feel your heart rate coming up. You may feel some aches of working your muscles throughout this. That's fine, that's normal. Nice deep breaths throughout. I'm going to ask you to keep taking big deep breaths throughout. We're just trying to motivate the body to get moving again. Okay, we're going to go into some shallow squats. So just as if you're sitting back into a chair. We don't need to go too deep, just go to a comfortable level, pushing your hips back and coming back up again. Right, we're going to extend this movement, so swing your arms back and reach up for me. Swing back and reach up. So you might feel your heart rate increasing, you might feel your breathing increasing, that's normal, that's fine. But we're just keeping this nice and steady. Increasing this again, we're going to reach overhead, squat down. We need to reach up, look up into the air, squat down, reach up, stretch right way over. So we're ever so slightly tilting backwards, stretching out and coming back down again. Up and back down again. This time we're going to take you up and take your arms round. Up and arms round. We're going to do this a few times. We're just trying to get everything moving. Okay, moving on, we're going to go into a walking star jump. So we're not jumping, we're just going to step out to the side and back to the middle. Out to the side and back in. So it's a little bit like a side lunge. Taking your arms all the way over your head and back down again. over your head and back down again. One more time, either side. Okay, relax those shoulders. Bring your arms out to the side, bring yourself nice and tall, but keeping those shoulders relaxed. We're going to reach over. Keep that core tight, engine towards your foot, opposite foot. Don't worry if you can't reach it, we're just coming as far as you can. Keep your back nice and straight, we're just twisting down. Twisting down. Okay, relax that there. The last one we're going to do for this stage is just some leg swings. If you have something to hold on to, that's great. If you're not sure, just do small movements. If your balance is okay and you feel like you can go higher, then feel free to go higher. We're just getting some nice leg swings in. I'm going to stretch the front and back of your legs, get some movement in your hips. I'm going to start doing some circles as well. Okay, so we're getting all the synovial fluids moving in your joints, getting your blood flowing through your muscles. So this all helps out clear out waste products in your muscles as well, get everything loosened up. And get some warmth through your muscles before we try to stretch anything out. Okay, rest up there. We have 2 exercises standing up and then the rest are going to be on the floor. So the first one we're going to do, so just stand back here so you can see me. You're going to take your hands above your head, reach up as high as you can. Okay, relax that down, bring it to the side. Back to the middle, push it up. Relax it down, come to the side. This time, push it up, and then we're going to flop forwards. Bring that back up. Push it up, and we're going to edge slightly backwards. So if I turn sideways, which is ever so slightly, tilt backwards, and come back down again. Do that one more time. So going out to the side, push it up. Out to the side. Pushing it up, flopping it down in front, pull yourself back up and slightly lean back. Okay, relax that down. Next one, we're going to take a big step out to the side, a big lunge onto the side. This foot, toes are pointing towards me. This foot, we're going to point them out to the side of the screen. From this point, you come down to the floor. Try to stabilise yourself with both hands on the floor. With your front arm, we're going to bring it up in front of you and following your hand with your eyes. Hold that position if you can. Your weight should be through the heel of your front foot. And this is a really good one for opening up the chest, helping stretch out the legs, the chest, low back, everywhere. So bringing that up the other side and down, back down to the other side. Again, pushing your weight through your heel of your front foot, lifting your front arm and follow it up with your eyes. We're just opening everything up, getting everything ready for doing some movements. Good. Right, so from this point, I'm just going to move you so you can see what I'm doing on the floor. Okay. So we're going to get into the main stretch segment. The first one I'm going to do is use now cushions. Now I find the bigger the cushion, the more effect you get from this. If your back flexibility isn't great, you might find that one cushion or a thin cushion is enough. So whatever you feel most comfortable. So this is just a nice stretch. This is a really good one for the thoracic spine, which is the top part of the spine. And all we're going to do is sitting up. We want these cushions right up against your lower back. Now keeping your core tight, so all your muscles are around the middle. Imagine you've got a big belt, and we're going to pull that belt tight. From this point, keeping that belt tight, we're going to lower yourself. If you need to use your hands to lower yourself, that's fine. Lower yourself over the cushions, and then when you feel safe to do so, let go. Bring your arms over your head and relax them behind you. So it's a really nice one for opening up the chest. And you might even feel that's all the way up the back of your spine. Bring your arms back up for me now, take them out to the sides. Just have a couple of moments there. And then when you're ready, ever so slowly, just bring yourselves back up again. The problem I find with that stretch is no one ever wants to get up from it, so be careful you don't fall asleep down there. It's quite comfortable and quite refreshing. So we've finished with the cushions from this point, so I'm going to get rid of those for the time being. Okay, so this time we're going to go back down onto the floor. We're going to do some twisting exercises. This again is another one to encourage movement in your upper spine. So what I want you to do is to flatten your back out as much as you can. We need to maintain your hips on the floor. So we're going to be twisting, but I want your hips to stay still. So starting with your right arm, we're going to take it over your opposite shoulder, lifting your shoulder off the floor, but keep your hips on the floor. Reaching as far as you can, bring that back down. Same on the other side, so going up diagonally, and then bring that back down again. This time we're going to go straight across, straight to the side, reach as far as you can, but keep those hips on the floor. And same to the other side. So you can feel this at any point in your back, depending on your flexibility levels. This time we're going to come down towards your hips, so coming down low. Lifting your shoulders up, you might find it, you feel it anywhere around your sides and your lower back. So again, on the other arm, bring that up and across, and back down. We're going to repeat those exercises, so bringing it up diagonally as high as you can, but try and touch the floor. So that one's a nice stretch, going right down my lats, and right down into my lower back. Same on the other side. Keep my hips on the floor, and bring that down. This time going straight across the body. So this one's hitting me more my middle back, bringing down the other way. So we're just trying to get the muscles working in all sorts of different directions, coming down this time towards the hips. So it's almost like a crunch, this one. Coming down the other way. Good. Okay, the next exercise we've got is we're going to bring your knees to your chest. Depending on your physical shape, on your flexibility, hello Misha, how you feel with this one, you may find that all you can do is pull your knees into here. That's fine. This is just a really nice stretch for your lower back. If you can, you're going to bring your knees up and pull those towards your chest. If you do want to increase this stretch further, we can lift your head up and tuck that up. Okay, so I've got a cat pillow. Not ideal, but you know. Okay, I'm going to relax that back down. Right, so with your belt, we're going to move on to your hamstrings. So your hamstrings are down the back of your legs here. We're going to try and stretch that out. So the easiest way I find this is to hook the belt underneath one of your feet. You want to leave the other leg bent. So lift up the foot that you've hooked. Now holding it tight with the belt, lengthen your leg out. Relax your arms down to the full length so you're not putting extra strain on your upper body, but still keep this taut. You're going to try and lengthen your leg out until you feel that stretch. If it's too much at that point, lower it down. On the contrary, if it's feeling okay, you can pull it further up. Just pull it until you feel that stretch. Now we don't want to hold this for more than 15-20 seconds, but hopefully as you're holding that position, it will start to feel like it's easing off. If it is getting easier, you can try and straighten your leg a little bit further, or just put a little bit more pressure and pulling on your foot. So you shouldn't feel this strain anywhere else. You shouldn't feel it in your lower back or anything like that. So make sure your back and everything else is relaxed. The only thing that's working is your hamstring that's nice and straight. Okay, we're going to relax that back down. Swap your feet over. And do the same thing again. So we're going to pick your knee up, push your leg out, keep that straight for me. So you're going to pull that leg up as high as you can, keeping that leg as straight as you can. Now what we don't want to be doing is don't push with your toes, because that counteracts the exercise. So relax your foot, and that's partly what the band's doing as well. By pulling on your foot, it's extending the muscles, so it's helping that stretch. Again, we're just going to hold there 15 to 20 seconds. If you're feeling that's loosening off and that feels okay, just bring it a bit further in. Good. Just relax that back down. Okay, we can lose that for the moment. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do, this one's a nice big stretch. It's going to work a lot of your body at the same time. So we're going to do two versions. The first version, we're going to bring your knees up. You're going to push, keep them together, drop your arms to the sides. So I want you to take this first one as a more relaxed approach. Drop your knees over to the side in a controlled manner. So drop them so they're on the floor. Now look towards your opposite hand. So my knees have gone to the right and my head has come to the left. So another one that's really nice for opening up the chest. You may feel this in the shoulder, in your arm, but it also works all the way around, lower back, around your bottom of your ribs, down into your lower back. You may even feel it into your glutes and the side of your legs. That's absolutely normal. Just depends on your flexibility level. Okay, so we're going to bring that back up. Do exactly the same on the other side. So bringing it all the way down, looking away to the opposite side. Okay, I'm going to bring that back up. So the next one is a slight variation on that. This time put your feet on the floor. I want you to cross your leg over. So I'm putting my right leg over my left. And now I'm going to go towards my left side. Just keeping your foot out of the way, you're going to aim to put your knee on the floor. Again, don't worry about flexibility on this one. If you can only get your knee to there, it's not a problem. You're still going to feel the stretch. So going over as far as you can, but you must maintain and keep your shoulders on the floor. So while maintaining your shoulders on the floor, let your knee drop. Now look to the opposite side. So my knee's going to my left and my head is going to my right. So what we see in this stretch is it stretches the same muscles, but it's a little bit more intense. It pushes them a little bit further. Okay, bringing that back up. Swap your legs over, cross to the other leg, push that down as far as you can to the floor and look into your opposite side. So this time, my knee's going to the right, but my head is going to the left. If you do want to increase the stretch, making sure your shoulder's on the floor, just put a bit more pressure on your knee and you might find that actually increases the stretch in your lower back. So this is a really nice stretch for stretching out your lower back. Okay, bringing that back up. The next exercise we're going to do is for your glutes. So this is your bottom. The glutes play a big part in causing people problems. So quite often when you have problems in lower back or in your legs or sciatica or anything like that, quite often the glutes are the ones that cause the problem. And they're always a nice one to stretch out when you've been sitting down a lot. So keeping the belt handy, you may find it's easier to use the belt. The main part of the movement, I want you to put your foot on your knee. So you're just resting it over the top. And if you were able, you're going to pick your leg up and pull your knee towards you. If that's too much, what we can do is wrap the band around and then use the belt to support your leg and pull. Use that to pull it in. Now you should feel this around the glutes on the bent leg side, on the side you're working. Pull as tight as you can. If you do feel like that's not enough, you can also put pressure on the knee. Just putting a little bit of a turn in there might increase the stretch that you're getting in your glutes. So I'll hold that there for a moment. Okay, and relax that down. Popping your foot back onto the floor. Swap the band over. Okay, so the next one, opposite foot on the knee, pulling the knee up. So pulling that band towards us to create that tension. So that you should feel this coming around the side of your glutes and might feel it into the top of your leg as well on the side. So again, if you want to increase it, you can just push your knee away. You should feel that
right through the middle of your glutes. Give that a moment longer. See, part of the benefit of stretching as well is just the relaxation, the slowness of it, the fact we lay down, we have time to ourselves. We start cutting out the rest of the thoughts of the world, and it's good. It's good to have that little while to yourself. The last exercise we're going to do laid down is we're going to lift your hips up. This is what we call a glute bridge. What we're aiming for is that your shoulders will be in line with your hips and your knees. Now you may feel this, so you squeeze your bum, you may feel this working your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, you may even feel it in your hip flexors and up into your stomach. So what we want is the fact that you're stabilising yourself. If you're feeling a stretching in here, that's good, because quite often people are tight in here because so many of us are sat down all the time. That's good. We're going to hold that for a bit longer. Now a couple of nice big deep breaths. So while I'm using this as a stretch, you could also feel it working. You may find that actually your hips are not just stretching, but actually you can feel those muscles doing something as well. But again, that's good. It's all part of the strengthening process, looking after your muscles. It's good. And relax that down. Okay, in your own time, you can take yourself up. We're going to come up into a sitting position. Okay, I do have my water here. Hopefully you've got yours too. I know we're only stretching, but it's important to keep hydrated as well. So your hydration throughout your isolation and being stuck at home, it is still important to keep hydrated. Your muscles function better when you've got plenty of fluid going through your system. So do bear that in mind as well. Now if you can, we're going to put your feet together. If I shuffle back a little bit so you can see. We're going to try and put your feet together. Again, depending on your flexibility level, you might find it's easier with your feet forward. That's not a problem. So keep your feet together, but I want you to sit up nice and tall. If it helps, hold on to your ankles. It helps you pull yourself up. If you are able, you're going to pull your feet in, but whichever position you're in, all we're going to do is just butterfly those legs. It's just a nice dynamic stretch. It's a good one for the inner thighs. Let's get everything moving. Okay, while we're doing that, just relax those legs down, let them stay there, but keep those feet still. Keep your back straight. We'll stretch up as high as we can, keeping those back straight. And now I'm going to bring your arms around behind you, clasping my hands together. So I'm doing this position behind my back. Push your hand back as far as you can, keeping that back straight. Take a couple of deep breaths. Keep your shoulders down and relaxed. And relax that. Okay, coming back into that butterfly position. Good. Right, the next one we're going to move on to. I want to stretch your legs right out now. So hopefully the exercises we've already done with the hamstrings are going to help in this position. Start with one knee bent in, the other one out. Flexibility levels will depend where you're at with this. If your leg's quite forward, don't worry, and if you can't go very far into it, it doesn't matter. As long as you feel the stretch, you will feel the benefit of it. So in this position, the arm on the side of the long lengthened leg, you're going to reach down to your foot. The other arm, we're going to follow it with your eyes, looking up to your hand and reaching over as far as you can towards that long leg. We're going to hold that there. So again, you might feel this stretch down the back of your legs and your hamstrings, into the side of your legs on your inner thighs. You might feel it up your side, so the main stretch we're getting is up here. But you may also feel this right the way up your back. You might feel it in your shoulders and even in your arms. And relax that down. This time, I'm going to do the other way. So lengthening the other leg out. And bring the other leg in. So the arm on the side of the lengthened leg is going to reach down towards the foot. At the same time, we're going to lift the arm up, following around with your hand and reaching over as far as you can. So try and keep that back nice and tall, but we're getting that twist over to the side. So a lot of these stretches are all about helping and aiding the spine to move fluidly. If any of your muscles are tight and pulling the wrong way with your spine, it can play havoc with a lot of other things. Okay. The next one we're going to do is we're going to move into, I call this a bit of a Z stretch. I like to think of the leg position as a Z. That works in my head. I'm going to twist myself around, so if you can see, I've got both my legs bent and I've got my foot against my knee. So I've got, it's a Z in my mind. So I'm going to bring myself from there. Legs are bent, and from here we're going to put both hands on the floor. From there, you're going to walk yourself around as far as you can and bring those arms behind you. You're going as far as you can. Now you might feel this anywhere from your glutes all the way up, all the way around. Now this is a stretch, again, I think it's a really effective stretch. It's one I use a lot with my clients. It's just because it stretches out so many things. It's really nice for releasing everything. Okay. I'm going to try that, exactly the same thing, but we're going to cross over onto the other side. So bring those legs out to the side, bringing yourself round and walk your hands round as far as you can. Now, a point to note on this is if you are struggling to get into the position, it doesn't matter if you are more upright. If you're feeling some sort of a stretch, you're still going to get benefit of it. But as you get better at doing the stretch, hopefully you can find that you can walk yourself further around. Now, as I work myself further around, I feel it more into my lower back, in my side, into my glutes. But when I'm more upright, you might only feel it in one part of your leg or in one part of your back. It's not a problem. Okay, so again, that's a really nice one just for opening up, stretching out the hip flexors, just getting some more movement into your lower back. So bring your legs back for me, back into that butterfly position. Now at this point, it doesn't matter to me if your feet are together or whether they're crossed or whether your legs are straighter out. However you're comfortable. The main thing I want you to focus on at the moment is that you're sitting up nice and straight, shoulders nice and soft, and we're going to do some neck exercises. So your neck exercises, we're just going to work in directions. So we're going to go up and down, diagonal, the opposite diagonal, and then straight across. So to start with, sitting up nice and tall, core tight, and nice deep breaths. We're just looking straight up to the ceiling, hold for a moment, and bring it all the way down, bring your chin to the chest. Once again, taking it all the way to the ceiling. So we're stretching out those neck muscles at the front, coming down, all the way down. You might feel that stretch down the back of your neck and the top of your spine. We're going to do that another 2 times. So nice and slowly, but get a nice stretch. Now, one of the things about working your neck is it tends to be where most people carry a lot of their tension. So this is a really important area to stretch out. Okay, so we're going to go to the diagonal. We're going to look upwards to the left, as high as you can. So really lifting that chin up and over your shoulder. And now we're going to look down to your lower right. So at this point you should feel a stretch around, hopefully around the side of your neck towards the back. Now bringing it up again. And back down. Going to do that 2 more times. So up and back down. Okay, bring it back to the centre. We're now going to do it to the opposite direction. So looking up to your right, lifting that chin up over your shoulder. You may even find that you feel these stretches down your arms and your shoulders. Alright, bringing it down, looking diagonal down to your left. And the reason for that is because a lot of your muscles float. They flow from your neck and down, and they all connect into the similar areas. So quite often the muscles in here have an effect on the muscles down here. So don't be alarmed if you can feel this stretch further down. Looking up diagonally and bringing it back down. Okay, and lastly we're going to take it side to side. So straight out to the side, looking over your right. Bring your chin up and over your shoulder. And then all the way around, bringing it to your left. Okay, and relax that down. The very last exercise we're going to do today is we're going to come up. We're going to go into child's pose. You may or may not know it. There are two ways people like to get into this position. Sometimes people like to start in a seating position like this and move forward. But most people find it's easier. Come up onto your hands and knees. Your knees spread to about hip width. And you're going to sit back. Pull your arms down and let that stretch out, sitting back into it. So just a nice one to relax everything and stretch out that back. Okay, and we're going to rest it there. Now, depending on how you feel, you might feel, hopefully you feel energized and you feel like you've loosened everything off of it, so that's good. If you do feel like you want to continue, do start the video again and go through it again. You'll find on the second run through of the exercises, you'll probably find that you can do them a lot better. You might be able to go into them further, and you might find them, if they have been painful, you might find they're less painful the second time. So meanwhile, look after yourselves. I will be back as soon as I can muster another video, in spite of looking after a 3-year-old in the pandemic we're living through, but I'm always here. So thank you for watching, and I hope you've got some benefit from today's video. Alright, take care everybody. Goodbye.